Hello and welcome back to another nail video. And today, of course, I'm using Young Nail Cover Earth, Mia Secret Liquid Monomer, and my number 12 Penna Kalinsky brush. And I am doing a long set of Coffin acrylic nails. And today's design, I would say, is a mix between fall and winter nails. The design turned out super cute, so I am so excited for you all to see that at the end. And as you see, my hand has already been prepped for the pop-off method. And for today's set, I am using the brand Emihio. I believe that's how it's pronounced, for my nail tips, which I did purchase off Amazon. And I will be sure to leave the link in the description box down below. And as you see, for my acrylic application, I like to start towards the tip of the nail and then kind of work my way up towards the cuticle area. Now, these are extra long nails and I am using a size 12 brush. So I do take my time and use as many beads as necessary to make sure that the nail tip is completely covered with product and that there are no humps or bumps in the nail. And while I am doing my acrylic application, I definitely try my hardest to keep the acrylic as smooth as possible, as well as to keep the shape of the nail, because I don't like shaping and filing. And if I keep my application nice and smooth, that will eliminate some of the time that it'll take for me to actually shape these nails. So that's just definitely one good thing to keep in mind. And moving right along to my first finger, I just pick up my first bead of acrylic and I kind of place it where the tip and the natural nail meet. And then I use my brush to pat that product in place as I am gently moving that product down towards the tip of the nail. And of course, I am using Young Nails. I love their brand of acrylics. I never have any problems with it. And this Cover Earth color is one of my favorites. So next, I place my second bead directly above the first. And again, I use my brush to pat that product in place before I feather it down towards the tip of the nail. And again, keeping in mind, I am trying my hardest to keep the shape of this nail. And so last but not least, I am applying a cuticle bead a little before the cuticle area. And then I use the tip of my brush to push that product back and clean up around the cuticle area. And I add another bead toward the tip of the nail because it was missing some product. And I just simply pat that product down in place. And then I add one more bead because there was a small little dip in my nail. And so that is another thing that you want to keep in mind. You want to make sure that you are checking your nails from every angle just to make sure there are no dips in the nails, so you don't have to go back and add product later on or do a lot of filing. And so I do my pinky nail with this same color, the Cover Earth from Young Nails, but that's the last nail that I'm going to be using this acrylic on. For my middle finger and my ring finger, I decided to do some encapsulation, which turned out so pretty. So of course, I'll be using Mia Secret clear acrylic for those two nails. And now for the fun part, like I mentioned before, I am doing some encapsulation. And so I start by wetting my nail tip with a little of the monomer, and I apply these blue fall nails. Yes, blue fall nails. They are so cute. So these are just some nail art stickers, or decals, I guess you would call it, that I did purchase from Amazon. They are the fall leaves, and they do come in many colors. But for today's set, I decided to do a variation of the blues. And then I went in and added some of this silver foil, which complements the blues perfectly. Again, this is why I said that this set is kind of a mix between fall and winter, because it's definitely giving winter sweater nail vibes. And then I go in with this Mia Secret clear acrylic to encapsulate this nail. Now I will admit that this clear acrylic is a little runny at this point, but that is my fault. I should have took a little more time to dry the bead out before placing it on the nail tip, but that's okay. It still ended up working out in the end, so that's fine. And this is how the middle finger turned out. So cute. And I just repeat the same steps on the ring finger. However, this time I decided to put the foil first because I think that this method works out a little better. And then I go in and add the blue leaves before I encapsulate this nail. And these are how the nails turned out after the application only. And then these are the nails after they have been foul shaped and buffed, which of course I did off camera. And before I apply any gel polish to the nails, I go ahead and apply a very thin layer of base coat to each nail, because again, if you apply base coat first, it helps your gel polish go on so much better and so much smoother. So that is a step that I highly suggest that you don't skip. Always apply a thin layer of base coat before you apply any gel polish to your nails. And I'll go ahead and cure those nails for 60 seconds before I apply a very thin layer of this light blue color. And all of the gel polishes in today's video are from the brand Credio. I believe that's how it's pronounced, which I did purchase off Amazon, and I will definitely leave a link in the description box down below. And for my pinky finger, I decided to do a French tip because I am working hard on trying to get better with my Frenchies. And again, I am using this same light blue polish from Credio. And I did apply another layer of this blue polish off camera. And now I will be applying a thin layer of the matte top coat to my first finger only because I am doing a sweater nail and it turned out so cute. I use my nail art brush to draw small lines identical to each other, right next to each other, down the center of the nail. And I don't cure those lines. And I'm gonna apologize now. I hope you all don't get tired of sweater nails because I love them and I planned on doing them often. And next, I go ahead and connect the diagonal lines as you see here to give that sweater effect. And then I go and draw a straight line down the sides of this design. And then I add diagonal lines along both sides. And going back in with my Mia Secret Clear acrylic, I am just pouring that acrylic on top of that nail while that gel polish is still wet so I can get that sweater vest look. And of course, I cure those nails off camera for 60 seconds and then I dust off the rest of the product, the acrylic product. And I add a small little design to my ring finger just to tie those blues together and make this set look more cohesive. Next, I'm adding some bling from Melody Susie, and these are dark blue kind of iridescent stones, and I love them so much. I will definitely leave a link in the description box down below if you are interested. And before I add those stones, I'm applying a thin layer of top coat to each nail, and I'm going to apply those stones before I cure these nails. And since this is a pop-off method, I won't be keeping these nails very long. I'm not worried about the stones falling off. Even though I have had these nails on for several days now and I still have each stone, I'm just making them stick with the top coat. Usually I would apply the rhinestone gel, but again, since these nails are the pop-off method, I'm not that worried. And these are how the nails turned out. I love everything about them. They are so cute and so sparkly. I promise the camera is not doing justice. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next nail video.